Okay, the other day after we got done talking about motions, I said I was going to talk about formation tags. And the other day, last week, in the video, I said that we never call the formation, we call the motion with the play, swing right or gorilla left or whatever it is, and we always line up like this every time. We never really have a name for the formation. Formation tags is the only thing that changes our base formation here. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. Last year we used tight, strong, and weak, so we're going to add some this year. Tight, we're going to talk about that one first. Tight changed the splits of our two wide receivers. If we went tight, we brought our receivers in, and they would be 6 feet away from the last guy on the line of scrimmage, okay? So if this is a tight end or whatever it is, you're 6 feet outside the last guy on the line of scrimmage, okay? And that's all tight end. It just brings our receivers a little bit closer. Last year I didn't use this as much. This year I'll probably use it more than I did last year, okay? So make sure we know this. Tight. And we'll call the tag first. So if we say tight, gorilla left, okay? It'll be strong, swing, left, whatever it is. We say the formation tag first. Okay. Anyway, tight just brings those guys in 6 feet, or 6 feet from the last guy on the line. Strong or weak. Okay, strong. Strong means we want a tight end on the right side of the line of scrimmage, or right side of our alignment. So we take a wide receiver out and put a tight end here. And our other wide receiver is just where he always lines up. Doesn't affect him at all. But strong, we put a tight end here on the right. Then we widen out our wing back. Okay, so he's now 1 yard back and 1 yard outside of our tight end. Okay, pretty simple. We did these last year. Weak. Weak just means we want a tight end on the left side of the formation. Okay, so we go tight end, wing back is now outside this guy, the tight end, 1 yard outside, 1 yard behind, and then we put our other wing back. Okay, we still got our wide receiver opposite him. All right. So this just review. This is what we did all last year, so it shouldn't be anything new. The ones we're going to talk about now are new. We're going to add one. I wanted to do an unbalanced set, and last year we really didn't get a chance to do that. This year I feel like personnel-wise we have enough linemen we can go unbalanced. And a lot of times when people go unbalanced, they'll take like the left guard, just move him to the right, and put a left tackle and a tight end on the short side. I don't want to do that because I don't want to change our rules too much. So this is how we're going to do this. Okay, so we're going to start with heavy right. Okay, we sit our left tackle and left guard on the opposite side. Our center, right guard, right tackle. We're going to bring in an extra offensive lineman. And just put him right outside the right tackle, then put a tight end. Okay, so we don't have any wide receivers at all. And we put our wing back right outside the new offensive lineman, because the reason we're doing that is usually we run our offense and the wing back's outside the right tackle or the tight end. And it doesn't really mess up our timing too much. I'm afraid if we put him outside a fourth guy, it's going to mess up our timing. So we're going to leave him outside guy number 3, bring an extra offensive lineman in. That way we don't have to change our rules if we go power, if we go counter, whatever it is. I don't want to change our rules. So we still got our left guard and tackle in place, right guard and tackle in place, okay? But we've got 4 guys on this side with a wing back behind him and a fullback, okay? So that's heavy right. And then heavy left, obviously, is just the opposite. Okay, so I'll draw that real quick. So again, we're bringing in an extra offensive lineman. our tight end. Okay, so this would be heavy left. We can put the fullback over here depending on what we're running. The fullback, he knows what his job is by the play, so we can always move him over here. But anyway, heavy right, heavy left, just bring an extra offensive lineman and the tight end on that side. Okay, we're going to do over and under next. And this happened some last year. Most of the time, obviously, we have our wide receivers to opposite sides. And at times, like, it'd be nice to move them over, do something like that. Paley does that a lot. Some other teams we play do that a little bit. But we didn't have a call for it. And this year, I really want to make sure that we had something. So over is going to be on the right. Under is going to be on the left. We're going to take, if we say over, we're going to put both wide receivers on the same side. So this guy is going to come in here and stand right inside of him. Okay? Now, in doing this, this guy isn't eligible to go downfield and catch a pass. But we can, we can sweep it to this side, have an extra blocker. We can throw a screen pass to him, and he could block. We can actually throw a backward pass to him as long as he's behind the line of scrimmage and it's a lateral. He is still eligible to catch that, okay? Anyone's eligible to catch a lateral, so be aware of that. Just because he's over here doesn't mean that he can't be used. He can't be. And it's a really good trick play. You could have him step back, throw to him, do something. Most teams are thinking that guy's not eligible. Also, you throw a step back pass, throw it to him. He could throw deep, something like that. So anyway, over just means we're putting both guys on the right side. And then under is just the opposite. Okay? Under, we're moving both guys to the left. Okay, and I've thought about the name a lot. I'm not sure I really like the name over and under, but we're going to stick with that for now. We may end up changing that, I guess, as we go, but for the most part, I think that's what I'm going to go with. The last one, empty right, empty left. And this kind of reminds me, we went trips motion, twins motion last time. It's just, basically a spread set. If I go empty, we're going to take the fullback and move him out of the backfield. So let's say we go empty right. We're going to take him, leave our wing backs in place, and just move him out here off the line of scrimmage. Okay, and then we could run. We can still sweep the ball. We go empty right, swing right, sweep right, and run a sweep to this side. And I have an extra blocker out here. Sometimes the fullback's left inside, he has a hard time getting out here and getting a block. Well, he's already out here and got a better angle. We can run our trips passing plays to this side and a twins passing play to this side, okay? You can do all that stuff. And then the exact opposite, empty left, I'm just taking the fullback and putting him over here. Same thing. But this won't change the motions, okay? We call, empty left, jet left, sweep left. Okay, we can go empty left, counter right. I'm sorry, empty left, jet left, quarterback counter right. Okay, we can do a lot of stuff out of this. So just keep in mind, again, these are the formation tags that just alter the formation a little bit. The motion is what the motion is. The motion won't change, okay? So it's a few new things we didn't talk about before that we didn't have last year, but I don't think it's anything new that's going to hurt us too bad, okay? Just like last time, I'm going to put some questions on Google Classroom, 5 of them, just answer them. Oh yeah, before we're done, one thing I wanted to add, we could combine some of these tags. So we could go tight and over. And if we went tight and over, we put both of our guys, put the fullback back up here, and we could put him 6 feet outside the last guy and put him here as well. Okay, we've got both our wide receivers to the same side. Okay, we could go empty left, under. Okay, and if we do that, it tells our fullback to come over here. If got our 2 wide receivers and our fullbacks. We have no one on the backside. You could do these things. Now, I don't know if we would do it or not, but we could combine these tags as well to give us a couple more options if we want to try to outnumber someone on the perimeter. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'll probably put a couple questions on that on the Google form again. Okay. Next time we're going to talk about our base run blocking scheme and getting our 6 base plays and how we block them. Other than that, answer the questions. If you have any questions, comment underneath the video, and we'll do it like that. Thanks.